Welcome to this new section of the Digital Marketing Masterclass. In this section, we're talking all about podcasting. And like you've probably seen in the last sections, at the very beginning, I just want to convince you why we should use this tool. You can think of all of these different sections as different tools in our digital marketing tool belt. And while podcasting isn't a necessary thing to do, it is a great way to build and grow your following. It's one of the best ways to introduce people to your brand. And right now, there's still a huge opportunity for people to jump into the podcasting world. The three reasons why I think podcasting is great is that it allows you to establish authority. If you run a podcast, people are going to trust you. Even if you don't really have the technical background, just because you have a podcast, people are going to listen to you. And obviously, you have to know your stuff and not fake and not lie about stuff, but they are going to automatically respect and see your opinion as an authority. Second, you can build a loyal following, especially if you put out podcast episodes regularly. I know, at least for me, I listen to some podcasts religiously every week, and I think a weekly schedule is the best way to do it. Some people do a daily podcast, and that's great. That can really blow up your brand and your traffic, but that's a lot of work. Batch recording is one way to decrease the amount of work, but still doing a weekly podcast is good. And I still batch record my episodes, and so I'll do all the work for an entire month or two within one day. And then the last thing that I love about podcasts is that you can connect with other brands and help each other grow. By interviewing other leaders in your industry, you can be opened up to a brand new audience. Doing interviews and guest posts in general is a great way, whether it's podcasting or on a video or through a blog article. It's a great way to grow your audience and for them to introduce you to their audience. But a podcast just is a natural way to do it. So what's the basic process for creating a podcast? It's not too confusing, but I know it can be a little intimidating when you don't know how to do it, but I'll walk you through all the steps in this section. First, you just record your show, and we talked about equipment in the video section, so you can use a lot of that same equipment. We're going to be going over some other tools I recommend. You edit your show, you add things like bumpers or outros or calls to action. You upload it online to a hosting service, and we'll go through those. And then you submit it to iTunes and other podcast feeds. There's lots out there, but iTunes is the biggest, but not everyone uses iTunes, so it's important to put your podcast on other podcast feeds. And then people will find it if you're using proper keywords and you're in a niche that people are searching for. And also for your own audience, you can send people to your podcast as well. So that's the basic process. Now let's dive in a little deeper, show you the tools that I recommend, and then walk through actually getting started and hosting and submitting to iTunes.